connections, but I know I'm not. I think StreamYard is. All right, we're still waiting. No one's on yet with us, so it's okay.
Oh, wait, I'm not on?
Am I on? No, I'm not on yet, am I? Oh, I am. It says I'm on. My watch says I'm on. Are we on? Oh my God, we're back to the old days where we don't even know what's going on anymore.
It says it's live now.
It says we're live now?
It's 4:01 and we are?
Oh, we are live? Okay, sorry everybody. They got some little internet connection thing in my house. It's still spinning, but it says we're on. So if we're on, we're on. Oh, I will say though, you know, we're in Northern California, so I'm going to totally blame this on PG&E power shutoff. Although I have power and oh, good, everyone's on. All right, thank you everybody. They said we're on. Appreciate all the assistants out there. Thank you guys. Even more important, we're on and we have wine. So Ben and I, it's Wednesday, right? I'm Kristen, that's Ben. We were just talking about the World Series because the World Series is also going to be on in about an hour 5, I think. And we're talking about the winners on that, and we decided we're a winner completely because we have wine in front of us, not just one, not just two, but 3 bottles today. We rated the brand new 2018 club wines because I haven't had the 18s in a bit. I don't know how often Ben's drinking the 18s, but today,
Not very often.
no, right? Because we're drinking 17s or in the tasting room. And I also brought these wines to Ben while he was in his pool today. I only like saying that because I'm jealous he was in his pool today. 70-something degrees, gorgeous out, blue skies. Everything's back to normal here. By the way, cheers to the firefighters. Glass fires 100% contained.
Yeah.
Kudos to all the firefighters out there, all the first responders. Clink, clink, cheers, amazing. But today we have in front of us the 18 Sonoma Coast, 18 777 Clone, and 18 Zinfandel. Proper way to say that. So harvest is over as we're clear. So Ben, what do you do all day? What are you up to? What is happening with you?
Well, I'm taking a breather for a couple of days here and there because now that everything's in a barrel, we're waiting for everything to go through malolactic fermentation, secondary fermentation, and once that's complete, we will get right on our program of testing the new wines to make sure that we pick them clear of any problem with the fires and smoke. So we'll be very busy, even though this is our slack time. We have a lot of things that are concerning us, especially making sure that we're testing the barrels, each barrel, and making sure that we have clean wine going into 2021.
Clean wine is good wine. I have to know what Craig is drinking first of all, because Craig usually reaches out to us. But what is secondary fermentation and what is malolactic fermentation?
It's the same thing.
Well, it's the same thing.
What is it and why?
What is okay? Well, that was easy. So only give me the definition for one of them. What is it and why?
Well, we use for our red wines, we use ml. For what it does is it changes the malic acid, which is a very tart, bitter acid, to a lactic acid, which is a much smoother acid. So it's just it just happens. You don't even know it's going through. Tiny little bubbles. You can see makes when you put your ear in the barrel you can hear the crackling noise of the fermentation, even though the sugar is all converted to alcohol now into primary fermentation. The secondary fermentation changes the type of acid in the wine to a more a smoother lactic wine.
So I can put my ear to the barrel and hear the Rice Krispie treats.
You bet.
I'm going to be there tomorrow. Can you prove this? Can I do that tomorrow?
Absolutely. And then you just have to put your head in such a way as you don't get your head caught.
I'll put my hair up. Oh my God, I think that'd be kind of cool. I've never done that and I've never heard about that. So now I'm actually excited. Now I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Malolactic, I'm being told, is similar to green apple. Lactic acid, similar to milk.
Yes. So it takes the bitter acids and converts them. So you get this really smooth, you get bright acidity, but that it isn't more like a sharp apple. It's more smoother, velvety acid.
And Sauv Blanc is similar to the green apple. I was getting something in my ear over here. Sauv Blanc is,
Sauv Blanc's not gonna go through them.
oh, Sauv Blanc's not going to go through ML. ML is malolactic fermentation because Sauv Blanc has more of that green apple, not that milk.
Right. Well, you've drank our Chardonnays, and they're very appley in their texture, and so we do actually go through malolactic 100%. A lot of people that make Chardonnay don't use ML malolactic. They don't go through ML. So
And
they
you can
like
do full ML and partial ML, yes?
yes.
Okay. I'm catching up.
There you go.
So we do a full secondary fermentation with our Chardonnays. And I still think that the acid is very bright and it brings out the really appley textures of the Chardonnay without that sharp acidity. So yes,
And acidity, if I'm right, you can tell acidity, right? Because when you taste the wine, you get that little bit here and your mouth waters.
well, Kevin Zraeli is probably one of the most interesting wine teachers. Says to take a mouthful of wine and hold it for a full minute in your mouth, and you'll feel all the acids on the edges and across your palate, and you'll really understand the wine better if you hold it in your mouth for a full minute. So it's something to try for sure.
So the higher acidic wines, the more juicier, right, you're going to get in your mouthfeel.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Well, hold on. Let me check the acidity in this. I'm not going to hold it in my mouth for a minute because that'll bore everybody.
You wouldn't expect to do that, right?
What's that? I'll do that on my own time.
Anyway, so the other thing I plan to do this year, as we're watching these wines also, is we're planning a little escape to Hawaii if we can pull it off. So yeah, we're going to try to do that.
I heard they're rapid testing now. There are some airlines, you get to Hawaii, you can do the rapid test. And
Yeah, we're going to do that. So we're going to try that. We have.
I'll pack my bags.
Well,
We?
yeah, we can. I mean, we can work it out.
I'm pretty sure he meant Yolanda, but that's fine. I'll take it. Thought you said we were an online team, Ben.
The whole production.
We are.
I think you should do the whole production crew. I think we should do, what is that called when you go around to,
We actually have a 2-bedroom condo there, so.
well, then I think this is a no-brainer. I'd love to go to Hawaii. Where in Hawaii are you going to go?
Wednesdays from Hawaii.
Yes, where in Hawaii are you going?
Maui.
Nice. Maui's great. Yeah, no, Maui's fantastic. What part of Maui?
What's that?
What part of Maui?
Well, Lahaina area. It's 5 miles from Lahaina going to the end of the on Kaanapali. Yeah, Kaanapali.
I'd be really curious how our wines taste in Hawaii, so I should probably
It's really good.
go and try. Like different altitudes and stuff, it can all affect different things. I'm willing to take one for the team, Ben, and join that trip. Just
We'll
want you to know that.
arrange that.
What's that?
See if we can arrange that.
I think we should. All right, so get back to the wine for a second. I'm drinking the 18 Sonoma Coast. Which one did you start with?
Well, we started also with the. I also started with the Sonoma Coast AVA wine. That's the beginning lineup, either the Russian River or the Sonoma Coast. This one is particularly beautiful. It's got layers of tart plum and subtle notes of hibiscus in the nose. I just picked that up. Raspberry and sun-ripened strawberry come to mind with this. And this has that one vineyard that we were hoping to secure for a longer period of time. We've only used it a couple of years. The Mill Station in Green Valley, and that's a major part of this particular Sonoma Coast, along with some parts of Campbell and a few other ones in that area.
So the 16, if I'm correct, and reading my little note I got handed, was voted the top 100 wine, I can leave out that word, top 100 wine for 19. This is the 18, and I know you're loving the 18s, right? Yeah. How do you think this is comparing to the 16?
Well, 16 and 17 were unique years. Both of them were really good. On the East Coast, we won 4 double golds and best of show for the Pomard clone. And I think the Sonoma Coast, Laris, and newness, I think, were the double goals. I have to go back and look. I didn't check that. And then in 17, we won the best red wine in North Coast Wine Challenge with the 777, and then 4 of the wines got double gold, and the Sonoma Coast, I think, got 96 points or something like that.
You're correct.
So
I don't believe we have any fact checkers on here tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it right
Oh
here.
crap! Dan's doing it right now, so he is.
And he is absolutely correct.
He's fact checking you, Ben, and Ben, you are speaking the truth.
yes, I try to at all times, but the wines really showed beautifully, the 17s, but the 18 was even a better year, was so much better. Unbelievably, we didn't have any, well, 17 was a fire year again. You know, we had, that's the year my mother lost her house. I mean, that was a very difficult harvest, and we had a lot of really hot days. And so 18 was almost a perfect growing. I went back and looked at the 18 harvest and got the many pages. It was considered one of the greatest harvests of the decade. It's what winemakers look for, where, you know, I could have stayed home and just had it processed. It would have made its own wine.
Give yourself more credit than that.
It was really a special year. It was everything came in. The numbers were textbook. The pHs and the acidity levels, the alcohol levels, everything was like textbook, and it was very easy. No stress at all in making the wines for 2018.
Did they say that about 2012 as well?
12 was like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
12
always joke that a good winemaker can make good wine in any vintage. When Mother Nature throws you the curveball and it's a little bit more difficult, that's when the winemaker makes their money, does their salt. Sean's agreeing. He's saying 18s are more floral, more delicate, in his opinion.
So, you know, we shouldn't even be drinking them yet. We need a couple more years. You know, we should drink them now, and then we have, you know, if you have 2 or 3 bottles, it's really good. Try one now, and then you'll know to try it in another year or so. But
And I know where you can get more.
well,
Yeah.
I like aged, as you do. You like wines that are aged, but we don't release these wines unless they're ready to drink. And we all agreed that these wines were ready to release. So
We don't. You're right. And the problem is the wines age beautifully. So I was at the winery today. We had one of our members who swung by, who loves large formats. He bought 40 magnums, you guys, and said they'll be done by January. Love how this guy enjoys his wine. But I opened.
he reached his hand into my stash of magnums by any chance?
No, don't you worry about a thing. I opened up a 2012 Russian River Valley 750. Delicious. The slight little brown color. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely delicious. But since Craig is drinking this, I'm going to, I have a bottle of the 18777 because we have 3 bottles. I'm going to use the Coravin to open it. So I don't know, Ben, you've already got your wine with a Coravin.
I do.
I have a Coravin from the tasting room. We do sell these too. So the Coravin was invented, if I'm correct, by a gentleman whose wife was pregnant, but he still wanted to drink good wine. Has this needle, goes in the cork, pulls out your wine, pops in the gas so you can enjoy your wine later. So I'm going to go ahead and pour myself some 777.
Yeah, it's a great device.
Yes.
It'll keep the wine fresh for just like it was corked for, you know, a week or so. Hopefully you drink it sooner than that, but that works really, really well.
I have had Coravin wine that's been Coravin, and I had it like 6 to 9 months later, and it was fantastic.
Well, the nitrogen in there takes up the space of the oxygen, which should keep it, you know, fresh.
Oh, it's not nitrogen. Apparently, it's argon. Dan corrected you, not me. Just telling you. Somebody will correct me at some point. No, the Coravin is really handy. Personally, I would probably use it more to double check a wine's okay and tasting delicious before I take it to a restaurant. because as clearly anybody who's paid attention since April and watched me online, I like to drink my wine. And a lot of it. Right?
Well, that's a good thing. I mean,
That's why I work at a winery.
just don't drive while you're drinking. Right?
I was not driving. I got pulled over the other day, but I got out of
Yeah,
it.
we're speaking just for everybody.
Okay. Yeah, don't drink and drive. Stay home and drink. Come on, you can drink more that way. Okay, so back to the Sonoma Coast Inn. Or what? Did you put 777 in your glass?
Yeah, I do now. I just Corbin mine. The 777 is again like very fragrant and seductive. We got raspberry, cherry, and some white floral notes in there, like but it does. The oak comes through on this one. It's pretty.
Oh, it totally does.
Yeah, this one has a higher percentage of new oak, so this is going to take a little while for this to really come around. But you're already starting to see it starting to deliver on just a culmination of beautiful red berries, oak, and spice all swirled together. It's just delicious.
It is delicious. Rodrigo, by the way, I'm right there with you. He said, I wish I could only drink one glass. My one glass turns into a whole bottle. I kind of agree.
Cheers. Yay. That's the way to do it. That's really the way to do it.
Well, I will also tell you. So honestly, I came originally, before I was at Papa Pietro Perry, I was at a cab house in Napa. I was a distributor. I worked restaurant. And your big cabs, your big Bordeaux blends, which I still love, I can't always drink a full bottle and function 100% the next day. Then I can drink a bottle of your Pinot.
Or two,
or Magnum, and function the next day. No, it's easy to drink. It is food friendly. They go with everything. They hit so many palate pleasure points. No, I think. Cheers.
So somebody asked us what they wanted to give a bottle of wine to somebody and wanted to suggest to them what they should cook with. What was the wine? 777. They said, we bought a bottle and we're going to send it to our niece or something. And we want to make a suggestion as to what they should cook with it. Yikes. What better question is, what can't you cook with it? Maybe Chinese and maybe Vietnamese, you'd want to maybe go to something white. But even still, it goes with everything.
Oh, well, you know what? I did a chopped style dinner at my house the other night, and my seasoning I got was Chinese 5-spice. And what went with it was a fruit forward Pinot Noir. So I was like, Nunez all day, possibly Charles, but the 17 Nunez is candy, it's fruit. It was delicious. That's Chinese.
So, well, it's an easy thing that our wines pair with food. I mean, they're food, they're built to pair with food, and that's the beauty of them. You can't go wrong. I don't know what the food to go that wouldn't go.
Okay, your wife just commented on here that Ben's talking about your question, Lori. What goes with the 777? Lori, did I miss your question? I may have missed Lori's question. What goes with the set? What would you pair with this 18777? Ben?
Everything or anything. Anything from salmon to duck to lamb to beef.
What are you cooking tonight? What's your guys' dinner tonight?
Tonight I'm doing we're doing fish and chips.
Oh, that's delicious. Oh, and let me be clear to everybody out there, Ben's fish and chip is not Gordon's, like probably at my house.
No, these are rock cod, rockfish, and we're ready for homemade tartar sauce, and
How do you make your homemade tartar sauce? Because growing up, I was told it was mayonnaise and relish.
Well, yeah, and then I use some what are those little Durkin pickles?
Oh, Jerkin's nice.
And then I use a little bit of green onion and the relish, some capers, everything cut up pretty good, and a couple splashes of Worcestershire sauce and some Tapatio hot sauce.
Yeah, I didn't do any of those. When COVID is over, I can't wait to come to your house for dinner. Ben is an amazing, amazing cook. You're a foodie. You're great. Thank you, Lori, for clearing up. She sent Yolanda an email. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing. Wendy, you're right. Everything but hot, spicy. Hot, spicy, more the white
Indian food
wines.
is a little bit difficult because that you need something really like
White.
a sweet balance on that, some Riesling or a Gewürztraminer or something. You know,
How
even
is Chardonnay, how's our Chardonnay with spicy food? I don't think I've had our Chardonnay with spicy.
I think it would go good.
I think so. I'm gonna have to. You know what? I will take one for the team out there, and I will try that one night. Okay, Craig, I need to know which vintage of 777 you're drinking because we're the 18. Ben, this is delicious.
I tell you, the 18th, the 16 and 17, both 16 on the East Coast won the top honors of the American Fine Wine Competition, and on the left coast, the North Coast, we won top red wine and 4 double golds. And so, and those were good harvests, good years. And now we're looking at 18, which is a fantastic year. And so, wow.
So if you wore all your gold medals, would you or would you not look like Mr. T?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to stand up.
That's what I'm thinking. Either you look like Mr. T or you had a really good Mardi Gras experience.
Yeah, but I don't have the no mohawk.
No
Yeah.
mohawk. Well, that's okay. We're only looking right around your neck. It's totally fine. Craig saying salmon appetizer dip. Craig, that actually sounds delicious. Dude,
Good.
you guys are all foodies out there.
Chardonnay.
What's that?
It would go with a Pinot or Chardonnay, the salmon dip. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the wines are easy. Okay, because I stupidly stuck a Corvin in the 777, I'm gonna go on to the Zin. Oh, Rodrigo just had a bottle of the 18 Mukaida. Well done. Craig's drinking the 18. Oh, Craig. Okay, Craig, because of you, I'll hit my glass one more time.
All right, so we're gonna do the Zinfandel.
Sure. While I open the Zin, Craig, this is for you. Gene, I'm having the 777 with a Traeger slow reverse cooked double pork chop. I don't know what Traeger means. You guys know what Traeger means? Slow reverse cooked double pork chop.
Barbecue.
Isn't Traeger's a grocery store?
Traeger is a barbecue.
Oh, Dan's saying it's a barbecue. Whatever, Gene, actually, that sounds delicious. Yeah. Slow reverse cooked double pork chop. When you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words in front of the word pork chop, 5 words, I'm in. Brined, amazing. Is everyone getting their Thanksgiving recipes ready? It's coming up.
It's going to be usually have a lot of magnums or a 3-liter. So Yolanda and I will just do the 3-liter by ourselves.
3-liter by yourself? No wonder you like COVID.
Well, I guess it's Julia and the boys and Mike and Simone. Simone will be up with us, so we're looking forward to that.
I'm going to chance it. I'm going to get on an airplane with my kids. I'm heading to Florida. So if you guys are around the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I'll be in Florida. Ben will be here. But we're actually going to open, I don't know if Ben, I told Ben this yet. We're going to open a Magnum and a 750, and we're going to side by side those. It's going to be a 2013 Sonoma Coast, I think is what I looked at today, because those are both available. So if you want to, Zinfandel, you talk about the red cup. If you want to join us, Magnums are amazing. Oh, Lisa, thank you. Lisa's telling me Traeger grills. It is a grill. Am I pronouncing it right? Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. It's a smoker. It's a fancy grill. It's a smoker. Gene, everyone's impressed. Smoked turkey. I've never done a smoked turkey, Yolanda.
We've done smoked turkeys
Oh.
lots of times. We used to do them for Super Bowl, and it'd take a week to do a smoke. We'd do a brine turkey and then smoke it. Yeah, fabulous. We enjoyed doing that for years.
I do usually brine my turkey. Julia's already, she just RSVP'd Ben for Thanksgiving if there's a 3-liter. I'll check inventory for you. Do you want me to sign your 3-liter, Ben?
Sure.
All right, Zinfandel. 2018 Zinfandel, our 17 sold out. We no longer have 17. We don't make a ton of Zin. We have Zin on our property, so why wouldn't we? We make it in that Pinot style, right? Open top fermenting, same oak. Keep going, man.
Well, we do the same process. We do hand sorting. We do small bin fermentations. We do 3 punch downs a day. Zinfandel Zinfandel doesn't like to ferment dry all at one time. They like to wait until spring of the following year. So we usually leave we bottle all the Pinots and Chardonnay in 11 months roughly, and the Zinfandel we let age a little longer in oak and a little older oak. I don't use all new and 1-year-old. I use mostly 2-year-old and a little bit of new oak, and then let it stay longer. We don't bottle that until January or February the following year. So it gets a little bit more complexity. And it really does pick up the just a brooding blend of plum and dark cherry and a burst on the palate. I mean, when you put your nose in here, it's like very, very seductive and similar to the Pinot.
This is what I get. I love Manhattans. I love the bourbon cherries they put in Manhattans. I'm getting that bourbon cherry.
Yeah, that deep dark cherry in there. I mean, it's amazing. The Zinfandels that come from that property. We used to make 2 Zinfandels, two Dry Creek Zinfandels. One from Pauline, which is across the street from us, Randy Peters' vineyard, and then where our winery is and the tasting room is Timbercrest Farms. So we used to make 2 different ones. But tasting them, sometimes they would be really different, and sometimes they'd be very similar. So to me, it made more sense to, instead of making a vineyard designate, to make a better AVA wine. So this is Dry Creek Dry Creek Zinfandel from the 2 vineyards. I think makes a much better Zinfandel, and to me, it's delicious. And people,
it's delicious.
Yeah.
This is, I'm telling you, it's bourbon cherries. I got a couple of questions. Rodrigo, are you doing a tasting in Florida? Well, if you're in Jacksonville, you can reach out to me because that's where my sister and brother live. So I will be in Jacksonville, St. Augustine for Thanksgiving, and I'm always clearly happy to meet for a glass of wine and, do my company job. Ron, about time you're here. Thank you. But Craig, I love your question. Do magnums age better? Heck, yes. Magnums, the larger the format, they age slower, but a little more homogeneous, a little more consistent. So, Craig, join us on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We're going to do a Mag 750 13 because it's fun. Don't you be a believer. It uses the same cork, so you have the same amount of air, but double the wine. So it ages slower, but more fun. Game on. Ben, the Zin is delicious. So part of our wine club, we have a Pinot Noir only club where you can just get Pinot Noir, you don't get the Zin. And it's funny because people will come to the winery. You're shaking your head. People will come to the winery, they're like, I didn't know you did a Zin, and I didn't know this was your Zin. Can we get Zin? Well, of course. We make one, it comes out in the fall. So all you people out there who don't do Pinot Noir only, you just got this. Craig, what do you think? Craig's drinking it. Yummy. It's amazing.
The Zinfandel, we were invited to the Dry Creek Vineyards for a smackdown of 30 different Dry Creek Vineyard, Dry Creek wineries, owners or winemakers were invited. And they broke the group down into 3 groups.
How many people total?
There was 30. Okay. Well, there were 60 people because you had your wine.
Somebody. I didn't know that either.
So there were 60. They broke it down into 3 tables with 10 wines each table. And
so 30 Zinfandels from Dry Creek.
Yes.
And the panelists were all winemakers, wine owners, literally in the field wine people.
Yes.
Keep going.
And it was a private tasting, and it was called the Smackdown, and they've done them 3 years. The first year we did that, and they called out the 3rd place. Well, you had 15 minutes at each table. After 45 minutes, you voted on your top 3 wines. Oh, so you had 3 tables of 10 wines each to taste through, and that's not easy. But we were all professionals. So at the end of the 45 minutes, you marked your card and went out to this fabulous dinner that they had for us outside. So they tabulated the counts, and the first time they named the third place, and then they named the second place. And when they said second place, Papa Pietro Perry, I shot straight up because that was the last thing I'm expecting, because we make like 600 or 700 cases of Zinfandel out of our 8,000 cases of wine. And it's just a very small part of it. But to be recognized as a second place winner in this competition was amazing. The following year, we were all in New Orleans with a group of people we took on the Mississippi River.
Right.
So my assistant winemaker was the only one available, so Dave went through the same process. And they named third place, and then they named second place. And then when they went to name first place, they said, well, you're not going to like this because everybody knows that we're the Pinot house in Zinfandel world. They said, Papa Pietro Perry, we won this magnificent, huge glass with this for the Smackdown. So 2 out of 3 years, we've won first and second place in the Zinfandel competition in our neighborhood, which was, to me, that was better than any win that we could have received from Wine Spectator or anything.
Well, you're judged amongst your peers. You're judged amongst ones who kind of know, and you get the nuances, and they all understand it, and they're your friends and whatnot. And yeah, when all of your friends tell you something's good, or all your competitors who do it too, then it means a touch.
Something good. We're doing something right.
That means something good. All right, so Kay told me the wine tastes good in Florida. Kay, I'll be the judge of that. Now, Kay, you're in. We've already touched base. Hopefully, Kay was in France with us. So Kay's gonna. Hopefully, I'm gonna hook up with her in Florida. Ron is asking for a Zin pairing to suggest. What do you think would go with this Zin?
Well, lamb. Anything lamb moussaka, any grilled eggplant and lamb would just off the top of my head. And beef would go really good with this. Something grilled, any grilled
cooked ribs is what I'm thinking.
And even like pasta with a ragu sauce would be really good. This is not your typical Zinfandel.
No.
These are not high alcohol. They're elegant, even though they might be. I don't know. Let's see what the alcohol is.
They're not GM either. Don't judge this one.
14.9. In the world where 16 is the accepted level, so 14.9 is not really high alcohol for a Zinfandel, especially since late harvest Zinfandel was the rage for the longest time. I think people now are tuning and turning it back a little bit to like refined Zinfandel, because really for many, many years, California in the 1800s and early 1900s sent wine all over the world, which they called it, it was Zinfandel, and they called it, I forget what the name is now, claret. They called it claret, but sent it out. And
Zinfandel?
Yeah, it was all California Zinfandel, basically.
Oh my God, I've learned 2 things tonight.
And so once phylloxera hit and then Prohibition, it killed that. But we sent more wine to Europe than Europe ever sent to us in the beginning.
I believe it.
California had great Zinfandel and sold it as claret in Europe. So.
All right, so a couple of things. It's actually we're at time, but Craig, he's coming over on 10:31. Does that mean you're coming to see us? You hoping to bring home some magnums? Yeah, let's figure this out, because I'd love to meet you. I think this could be fun. Craig, Ron's going to do lamb. So, Ron, I need you to now also tell me what lamb dish you picked. And, Ben, I'm amazed. We went through 3 wines in 30 minutes. That's my style. I'm absolutely loving it.
Drinking.
What?
Speed drinking.
It's like speed dating. 20 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. But 2 things. Number 1, it's the World Series. So I'm going to tie it back to the World Series. We have 3 runners on base. So next week, let's bring it back. Is that what's next week's going on? Wait, what's next week? I don't know what we're doing next week. Oh, Dominican Telly is going to be on next week. We'll be on with the 17 Laris, and we hope the 17 Laris is going to bring us home. I like how I did that. She's got a special Special recipe pairing with a 17 layers butternut squash penne with lamb sausage.
She's gonna take us through that.
And
She's
you-
gonna take us through that.
maybe we could put the Zinfandel with that also, because between the Laris, the Greek influence there, and the Zinfandel, maybe with the lamb, that's a two for me.
Well, here you go. Ron just told me grilled saddle of lamb chops with rosemary. And then Craig one-upped it and said, oh, Country Butcher Bloody Mary filet tails.
Ooh.
I'll do any of those.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'll taste through for you.
Yeah, by the way, bring enough to share. It's my theory.
What's going on?
I'll bring the
Oh,
wine.
what's going on? Oh, what's going on in virtual world? I got bingo.
Wrap it up.
We got bingo on Friday night. It'll be myself and Renee Perry. We're going to be competing to see who can get the full board. I'm going to win because I'm going to knock hers over. Let's see. And then what else do we have?
Catelli next Wednesday.
Catelli's next Wednesday.
Bingo next Friday.
Bingo the following Friday.
Marker on the bingo card, and when I turned around, it disappeared. So I didn't know what numbers I had. I marked it with the blue marker. I turned around and it disappeared. So I would use something else.
People get mean at bingo. No. I bought cards that you flip the thing. You
Yeah.
don't put a marker on there.
Yeah.
People get mean at bingo. I don't want to stop fights and cause divorces and stuff. It's already crazy out
What's
there.
happening on November 12th?
What's happening on November 12th? Oh my God. Wine, chocolate, cheese. Think chocolate cheesecake with Pinot. Where's in? I'm happy. All right. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. We will see you next week with Dominica Catelli. And Ben, always a pleasure. Ben, you look so tan.
Oh man, we're gonna take advantage of as much sun as we can while we can, and then hopefully we'll have to take it to Hawaii.
Well, we'll just have to go to Maui for more. That was a segue, Ben. All right. Cheers, everyone.
It went right over my head,
Oh yeah, no, I know. I just had it on video.